Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First, I'd like to say thank you to the previous presenter for their materials. And now you are with me, Salma Samrotul Wahidah, the third presenter from Group 2. And I will continue to discuss about what do we assess. And I will explain the subtopic 2.2.3 about connecting learning outcomes to tasks. First, let's take a look to the definition of learning outcomes. Here in my slide presentation, it said that learning outcomes are derived from the learning goals and are a clarification or elaboration of the goals. Learning outcomes is the product from learning goal itself. Learning outcomes and the learning goals is quite similar, yet different concept. And with both of them, it can help the teacher to keep in mind what the learning needs to be facilitated and what the what we as the teachers expect from the learners or our students after our course. And the second one is assessment tasks. The meaning of assessment tasks here are the activities learners will undertake to confirm whether or not the outcome has in fact been achieved, according to Big and Tanks in 2007, page 169. We as teacher, if we already find out the learning outcomes from our courses, we will be able to decide how to ask our learners, our students, how to assess our learners, our students about their learning process achievement. And to make the assessment task, we will we need to consider the 5 aspects from learning process. Here is the 5 aspects of learning process. First is knowledge and simple understanding, declarative now what and procedural now how. The second one is deep understanding and reasoning. The third one is skill or development and proficiency. The fourth one is product from learning process itself or performance. And five is effect, personal development, for example, self-efficiency, self-assessment, and goal setting. And now, according to Ling Chan and Jenna Fogg book, I will show you the sample of task analysis to demonstrate how we can assess our student to looking for the learning outcomes. The example from the book is bake a cake. That's the simple one. Here is the step to analysis the activity from student to bake a cake. First step is to define the learning outcome or outcomes. It can started with the teacher prepare what they want or what they expect from the students in the written form. They can write the receipt from the cake itself, and at the end, they will expect from the students. Students can successfully bake a cake according to the receipt or the formula itself. The second one is to undertake a task analysis. It can start or it can begin by listing what the teacher expects from the students. For example, first, they expect students to know how to use or set the open. It's including to procedural knowledge in the learning process. And the second one is They can know the suitable ingredients for making a cake, for bake a cake. It's including the reasoning, analysis, and learning process. And then they can read the direction, they can follow the direction, they can read the recipe from the formula given by the teacher. It's called the skill from the learning process. And then the last step is to define higher level of performance. Now, here is the final products that teacher wants from their students. It can, for example, their students can bake a cake. They can evaluate the appearance, the appearance, uh, the the taste from the cake itself, or they can enjoy bake a cake. They can uh, expect what their cake will look like in at the end of the course. Now for the last point, 2.2.4, taking stock learning outcomes, backward design, and assessment tasks. After I give you the illustrate from the bake a cake, once we have spelled out the learning outcomes for our courses, we can design ongoing classroom assessment activities that reflects and represent them, because we already know what we want, what we need, what we expect from our students or our learners. And here, according to Wiggin and Metty in 2005, they have popularized idea about backward design. They said that it is a useful way to find out or to make a plan to assess to assess the learners or the students in our course, and it can be the backward from the intended learning outcomes to assessment tasks. And here for the last material is the alignment relations between learning outcome and assessment task. Assessment task is one of the fundamental principle from learning process, and it said that the assessment task should align with, reflect, and represent what we expect our students to learn and provide the benchmark by which we will judge their achievement or mastery. Thank you. That's all from me. I will give it to the next presenters. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.